This fragrance has become a passion for me. I'm in the mood for comfort. I don't know about you, but a lot of times we tend to hear about comfort when it gets cooler outside. And maybe where you're watching this from, it might be cold in your climate. I don't know. But where I am, it is very, very warm. Not hot yet, but very, very warm. And so I've discovered that there are times I still want that sensation, that sensation of comfort through fragrance. Now, these are not necessarily meant to give you projection, okay? These are meant to comfort you. So again, I have eczema. So today I've worn this before, but I've never worn it on wet skin. So this is Vaseline Cocoa Radiant. This is the gel oil formulation. And this is so absorbing. Now, I usually do use a type of oil, whether it's a baby oil or some sort of an oil with a fragrance, something to begin to give me immediate moisture on wet skin. I just let it air dry. But this right here has been an absolute savior in that space. And I might actually trade places with it, begin to put this on first, and then begin to top off with some other moisturizing agents. This has been absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you've ever tried it, but it's not sticky. It's not slick. It is absorbing, fast absorbing, and it's just, I can't wait to use it again. I just can't wait to use it again. So I don't know if you're familiar with this, but if you have dry skin, and certainly if you have challenges with eczema, give this a try. I think you'd be very, very pleased. After I used that and let it air dry, I went in with some Skinpotion and I coupled it with some Skinpotion oil. So this is one of my favorite fragrance notes. I wish they would do this in the oil. If you're listening, Skinpotion, please give this along with dark musk in an oil. Consider it. This is 7 Mile Beach. This is their triple body butter. Absolutely moisturizing. And Skinpotion is all about taking good care of your skin. So they've got all the natural clean ingredients that is not going to irritate your skin. And oftentimes I will choose their products because I know it will give me a fragrance, whether I'm wearing a perfume that I spray on my skin or clothing or not. So I went in with the 7 Mile Beach Body Butter along with the Skinpotion R&R Revitalizing Body Oil. Now what I did was I put the triple body butter in my hand and I pumped in a few pumps of the oil and I mixed it together and I applied that to my skin. I had this for months. I just hadn't used it because I love, these are the new 1 ounce bottles. Now this was a part of a set of 3 that was released, I want to say last summer, that first appeared in this 1 ounce bottle. And since then they've expanded the 1 ounce option to a few of their other fragrance oils, which I'm so happy about. But I had never tried this particular one. So I'm all about trying to use what I have while I can and certainly not waiting for something special, and I don't have any regrets. This left a wonderful sillage just with those 2 products on, as a barrier, using this as a barrier because I don't ever put anything directly on my skin as an oil because unless it's an oil where I'm wet. And I don't use fragrance oils right out the shower. No. I'm going to use something like a baby oil, something with a little bit more heft and density. And then once that dries down, I'll go in there with my fragrance because I don't want it to be absorbed by my occasionally very dry skin. And then getting into the comfort portions of this video, let me share with you what I put on after the oils. For today's fragrance, I did a trio of Middle Eastern fragrances, 2 of which I recently received by way of, doing a little mini shopping spree. This one I've had in my collection. You might have seen it in one of my other videos. This is Eclat de Lune. This is so fantastic. What a comfort. This, I first wore it with some Brown Sugar Babe oil, The Endless Love. This is from Maisaon Alhambra. Eclat de Lune. Not certain if I'm pronouncing it properly or not, but I will share with you the fragrance notes. This does not disappoint. And I know for certain I purchased this fragrance and it might have been maybe $19, $20. It was very, very reasonable. Not one I've ever really heard about, spoken about here on YouTube, because once again, I don't scroll through Instagram and I definitely don't scroll through anything on TikTok. I heard about that fragrance by listening to Middle Eastern Thursdays on Arahi's channel, Arahi Roll. And she introduced that to me and I have not looked back ever since. Love, love, love that. I also wore today Matcha Latte, and this is by Gulf Orchid. You might be familiar with this one. This was released alongside another fragrance, also by Gulf Orchid, Rice Milk. Now, these 2 were tremendously a surprise. I had tried forever. I remember when I tried to give these some time when they're first released, especially if they're really, really popular, like this one, Rice Milk. I went and got mine from Joma Shop, or I attempted to, and it was just in such high demand. It took forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever for it to come back in stock. And when it finally did, I already had a bottle coming by way of Amazon. And then they notified me, said, hey, your fragrance is on the way. It's too late for you to cancel, blah, blah, blah. And, I had an attitude at first until I gave myself the benefit of spraying this just to see if I was going to like it in the first place. And let me tell you something. I'm happy that I have that other bottle coming because this is a mainstay. It is such a comfort. Do you have any rice noted fragrances in your collection? Because if you don't, let me give you a very personal invitation to consider thinking about it. And again, I am not getting any funds, any kind of, extras. I'm talking to you as a person to another who loves fragrance and sometimes needing comfort. This one has not disappointed me, and I've worn it all of 2 days. I wore it yesterday and today. Wonderful, wonderful. It gave me a personal scent bubble. I don't know that it had any projection because, once again, I wore this to church today, and yesterday I wore it just on a walk to see how I would enjoy it in the sun. And no one said anything at church, but again, I'm not looking. That's not the purpose of why I would wear it at church. But this just gave me a constant comfort all morning long. And I paired it with this, the matcha latte. Now, I am not huge on latte. I mean, I'm starting to get into that by way of ingestion as far as drinking it as a beverage. I did enjoy it the few times I tried it at Starbucks. I'm not necessarily a diehard person that's like, gotta have my matcha. But these two together made a lovely melody along with the Eclat de Lune, wonderful trio of fragrances. And as if that wasn't already enough, I did spray the Fenty, the Mista. Now, I don't know why, if you all haven't already heard about this Fenty, please consider releasing this in a perfume because this is extraordinary. This is extraordinary. I went in here in my neck area, and this is the only thing I'll spray. I will spray a body mist. That's the only thing I will spray within this area or with, right around this area here because it's just, fragrance itself is too strong. And as long as I have the barrier of the oils and the body butters, kind of buffering between my skin and the contact of fragrance, I can spray on my skin, but I don't usually put fragrance on my skin unless it's an oil or body butter. But the spray, it was a lot of fragrances, the big combination, but the good part is that was by honorable mention, but should still be considered as a count in the fragrance notes that I'd like to share with you on today's video featuring comfort fragrance for spring and summer. Let's talk. This next fragrance I want to share with you it was such a joyful surprise. I first heard about it from watching Olivia Olfactory. She's not on YouTube the way that she was once before, but she introduced me to Dedcool. I don't know if you're familiar with that fragrance brand, but they are what most would consider affordable because it's under $100. And I first heard of that brand through her. And long story short, now their bottles are not this large anymore. This is something that they had as a special promotion, but this is extra milk from Dedcool. I'm going to show you the bottle a little bit closer. This was a promotion that they had. They were numbering up to 1,000 bottles. If you were able to get it while supplies lasted, then you could get a bottle. And I had the regular full size. I want to say it's a 90 ml bottle. I will double check that. But as soon as I knew I could get this in a larger size, I immediately ran for it and absolutely no regrets. This is a full 3.4, so I will double check the regular size of their bottles. But extra milk it's now available in Sephora. You can get Dedcool fragrances, and it's the kind of fragrance, so you hear the extra milk, but it's not the kind of milk that's going to give you a sour stomach. It's not that at all. It's the kind of fragrance that is a comfort, as if, I've never been one of those people that would say, oh, have a glass of warm milk. It'll help you sleep. I don't know. I don't even drink milk that way, not dairy, because it, causes gas for me. And I don't need that. And it would bloating and all the things that come with gas and blah, 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 blah. I'm just simply saying this fragrance isn't that kind of a milky fragrance. It is a form of lactonic fragrances, but it's a complementary kind of a fragrance. It's very, very tolerable. It's light. You can wear it alone, or you can mix it with something else that's not even another milky fragrance. But it is a comfort because it's just enough. It's very Goldilocks. It is just right when it comes to adding the comfort of a scent, the profile of a milky fragrance. Even if those of you have fears about a lactonic fragrance, this is not one that you should be afraid of. It is the perfect mix of something light, soft, comforting, and it won't dissipate. it won't dissipate on you. We're not talking again about projectors. That's going to be in another video where I feature some fragrances that I would wear or that I have in my collection for the summer. This is not that. I wouldn't wear this in the high heat, but on those days where I just want to comfort or I want to complement the top of my fragrance, even though the fragrance is bold, I put that dead milk, that Dedcool on there, extra milk, and show's over. They do have another version of the milk. It's called milk, and I also like that one, but because extra milk is more of what you love about milk, I am a extra milk kind of girl. So have you tried Dedcool fragrances? And they are very affordable. I think the average price is about $90 for a full size bottle. Again, I will post that information, but it is one of my favorite fragrances to reach for when I want to comfort in the summertime. Let's get to the next one. With top notes of bergamot, pear, and freesia, middle notes of coffee, Moroccan iris, and violet accords, and a base of amberwood, patchouli, heliotrope. Oh my goodness, this is one of my absolute loves. It is a mainstay, and I will for always have this in my collection. It is the only one, Dolce & Gabbana. Just love this. This is absolutely fantastic. It was a blind buy and absolutely no regrets. This is something I find to be so warm and so inviting. I've worn this in the evenings close to bedtime, and it's not the kind of fragrance that's going to be overwhelming. But again, mind your sprays. I'm of the one that can say, for me, I will wear whatever it is I want to wear when I want to wear it and where I want to wear it. Sometimes I'm mindful more so of choosing something that might not be as loud, but rest assured, if I want to wear something that is typically loud, I might just do one spray and let that suffice. But this is an absolute joy. It is a floral warm fragrance. I would just say it's a bouquet of all the richness and delightful thoughts that might come to you as if you look at the color of this bottle. See how warm this is? This is warm. This is a cuddle, and I just love this every time. My mind is heavy, when it's exhausted, and I just want to exhale. I'm coming for the only one. Dolce & Gabbana, absolute love, and for always in my collection. This fragrance has become a passion for me. It was so unexpected. I did purchase it blindly initially. I got it as a 50 ml, and I can't wait to get this in a full size because it's just a passion. It is so very, very warm. It is sensual, and it takes me on a very, very soft journey, mentally and physically. It's just been a joy to wear. So let me share with you the notes. We have bergamot on the top and the heart. We have musk and tuberose, and the base will give us patchouli, suede leather, and vanilla. I'm speaking about Narciso Rodriguez. Isn't this beautiful? This is Musk Noir Rose Eau de Parfum. Love this. This could be if you have a signature fragrance, because I'm not one that would say even to consider having a fragrance as your signature unless you just know that you don't want to bother with having to choose more than 3 options. I don't do signature fragrances. I say do what it is that you either want to enhance as far as your feeling or emotion, or something you might want to change. Because attitude is a choice. Don't let anybody tell you that your circumstance mandates your attitude. Oh no. That is a choice. And I'm standing on that with both feet. This is absolutely glorious. Love, 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 love. And this is just something that if you haven't already tried it, if you've even pondered about the thought of wearing a rose fragrance, this is a really soft option to begin with. And I don't think it'll be offensive. I wasn't a lover of rose the way that I am when I first discovered this fragrance. I love this fragrance now, but I'm also in my roses and tea fragrances era. And I think that if you're curious about it, this has got enough vanilla in there to soften whatever rose, because the rose is not in your face. It's the kind of rose that is a complement. It is a constant undertone of a note that's going to give balance to the entire journey. So I think you might, start to enjoy a little bit of rose if you gave this one a try. So this again is Narciso Rodriguez, Musk Noir Rose, for her and forever and always here in my collection. Hot fun in the summertime and comfort all the way. I don't know if you like tea or not. Have you ever tried tea with a little cream? I became a recent fan of that. I'd say within the last year or so, because by default, I'm typically a coffee drinker. And many would say in my household that I like a little coffee with a lot of cream. And that is true. I do love my coffee with cream. As a matter of fact, that's how I sweeten it, is with cream, non-dairy creamer. Nevertheless, this next fragrance, every time I smell it, I think about getting, the honey wand that you take and spin the honey into your tea with a little bit of a cream. It is so incredibly exquisite and enveloping. This is something I purchased blindly also about 2 years ago, and I'm about just reaching the halfway point on this bottle, and the packaging has even changed. That's how long ago I purchased it, but it came in a 50 ml. I'm enjoying every bit of it. So right about now, I've got about 26 more to play with. The notes on this lactonic fragrance, because it does have a little milk in it: lavender, orange blossoms, ambrette, black tea, creamy milk, cinnamon, incense, tuberose, tonka bean, and cacao. And, I'm just going to show you the bottle. Elysian, lavender and milk tea. This is such a promise of rest. I love it. I love this fragrance, and I cannot wait to repurchase. This is a mainstay. This is a mainstay. If you have never tried tea with cream, try it. Try it. You can start with smelling this one. Just try it. I have tried lavender in my tea. Wasn't too tickled with that, but it was nice to try because I'm a huge lavender lover. I love lavender, including the lavenders that many would say, oh, it's too harsh, it smells too masculine. Give it to me. I'll take it. I can take it. But this one right here is a love, and I find that this is a comfort all year long. All year long. And the fragrance notes that they outline on the site does not specify the heart, head, and base. It just gives you a listing of the notes, which is totally fine. We don't necessarily need to know the increments or even the placement. I'm just saying that this is a sophisticated lavender milk tea fragrance that even if you are afraid of lactonic fragrances, or especially if you're afraid of lavender, this one's not going to scare you away. As a matter of fact, I will be doing a video sometime soon of their discovery set that I recently purchased, and I'll be sharing with you some of those because I was just so intrigued with the house after trying that one. That is the only fragrance I have from that house, but we will discover those coming up. So I would love for you to join me in that discussion. But in the meantime, if you're looking for comfort, a great place to start is by sitting with a cup of tea, coffee for some of us, get your cream, and get you a scent of this lavender milk tea. Even if you're just a little curious, I think you'll like it. Let's try the next fragrance. If you're looking for something that is crowd pleasing, not quite sure what to wear, this one has always been a winner for me. And every time I wear it, I get a compliment from men and women of all ages, And this has been around, for decades. Okay, so I think you'll begin to appreciate it once I describe to you what the notes are. In the top, we have bergamot. The middle, we have Moroccan jasmine, lily of the valley, and suede. The base will give us vanilla, amber, sandalwood, and cashmere musk. This fragrance is powdery, but it's also sensual. And it's not so much powder that's going to knock you over the head, because I recently discovered that too much musk will give me exactly that. And this is not. This is precise, it's spot on, and it is Donna Karan's Cashmere Mist. This is such a love. And you see where I am on the bottle. This is the big boy. And yes, I would buy another full size of this because this is available. It has been around for so long. You can get this at a variety of price points. So depending on where you choose to get it, what retailer, sometimes you can get it around the holidays in a wonderful gift set that might make it worth your while to go to the department store. Other times you can go to a Joma shop or a fragrance net or a beauty house or a Gift Express, wherever it is that you prefer to shop. But I'm telling you, this fragrance, no matter what your age is, this is timeless. My opinion, it is timeless. It is for everyone. It is for all times of year. I probably wouldn't choose to wear this in the winter, but you can. I'm telling you, it performs beautifully in the summer. It kisses the skin just right. And it is a constant comfort, even in the rainy weather for me, because when you get in some climates, it's hot outside, even in the rain. And This cashmere mist has been a constant cradle for me, and I just love it. I'm so glad that I have it. Have you ever heard of this one? Have you tried it? Do you remember this one? Because I remember this one even when I was a kid. So when I say it's been around a minute, it's been here for a minute. So check it out if you are curious. It's probably available in any one of your local department stores. Let's talk about the next one. We got two more. This is an amber woody fragrance, and I love it. It is from a YouTube content creator here named Manib. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He goes by Neeb, and this is in collaboration with he and French Avenue from the Aromatix house, and this is called Tease Me. Love, love, love this fragrance. Fragrance notes will give us ginger and lime. In the heart, we have black tea, hedione, geranium, and cardamom. And in the base, we have tonka, vanilla, amber, patchouli, and olibanum. Tease Me. I love this. It's even spelled T-E-A-S, tease me, with no E on the end. And this is, you see where I am on the fragrance. You see where I am. I just love this. This entire house is one of my favorites. There's only one that I'm missing from my collection, and that's Frostbite, and that will be soon acquired. There's only one from this house that I'm not too crazy about, and you will see that in an upcoming video, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it doesn't fit my fragrance preferences. I have nothing but great things to say about Manib and the fragrance house Aromatics, certainly with French Avenue. This is a rock solid comfort fragrance. You can wear this male, female. It is just a love. And it lasts. This gives me about 4 hours on my skin. But again, I don't spray a whole lot on my skin. If I do, it's got a barrier. But I would say 4 solid hours before I top off. And typically, I will top off any one of my fragrances at the 4 hour mark. That's just what works for me. And this is a love. I think if you haven't tried it, if you've been curious about it, take a look. These are very, very affordable, and I think that you would enjoy it. It's something that you can share with your loved one if you're not quite certain, because it doesn't lean masculine or feminine. It just leans. It just is a lovely tea fragrance, and I think you would absolutely enjoy it. It is perfect for the heat, and it will absolutely give you a comfort. Let's talk about this last fragrance. The last fragrance I want to share with you is said to be a limited edition, and I hope that by popular demand, that they will change their minds. Much like I've heard Commodity recently had, the Milk Orchid fragrance, which could have easily been in this lineup, but I don't have it. That initially was brought to us as limited edition, but because of the demand, it is now a permanent part of the Commodity line of fragrances. I'm hopeful that this house will follow suit with the same, because I'm looking at the website and it still shows as a limited edition, and that does not make me very happy. Nevertheless, that's not the conversation for today. This is one of my absolute favorite floral musk fragrances. It is skin-like, and it is something that many would say is your skin but better. I just say it's a good fragrance. It's just light. It is soft. It is comforting. It is a bit floral, but I don't think about this fragrance as being floral. What I do think about it is being Clean Reserve Skin Intense. Do you have this one? The initial bottle that I had was just the Clean Reserve bottle Skin, but when I knew that they were coming out with an intense version, I had to get my hands on it. Absolutely no regrets, because you cannot get this, nor can you try it in Sephora. You have to get this exclusively online, and that's what I did. In the fragrance notes, we have caramelized sugar, sea salt accord, bergamot. In the middle, we have jasmine and vanilla. And in the base, we have musk, tonka bean, and sandalwood. This is just precious. This is a sweet whisper. This is a sweet love, a sweet talk all day long. I'm talking about something that you can wear whether you're fresh out the shower or bathtub, whether you've refreshed yourself after having a walk, or even after you've cleansed off from having a swim. Whatever it is, this is just so light and refreshing and comforting. Sometimes you don't want a fragrance that smells like a fragrance in the summer, in the heat. You know what I mean? You want fragranted skin, a fragranted mass around yourself, a fragrant skin bubble, a fragrant bubble period, and you don't want a whole lot of noise with it. And this is perfect for that. You can wear this to bed, you can wear it to church, you can wear it to a lounge, you can wear it to a library, which is not so quiet anymore. You can wear this anywhere. It is not honestly my first choice when it comes to weather when it gets cooler or even in the fall, but when it comes to the beginning of spring into summer especially, this is going to squeeze onto your skin, at least it does to mine, because this is soft enough for me to put right about here. I normally shy away from those unless it's a body oil or a body mist. But this, again, is so soft and the intensity is just right. It's not so intense that it's going to overwhelm you, certainly not the people that are next to you, but strong enough that it'll be longer lasting than the initial Clean Reserve Skin fragrance. And I love this. I'm not going to touch the original ever again as long as this is available to me. I'm not touching that one because this is just almost too good to be true. And I guess it is for as long as they keep it on limited edition. But you know what I say? They don't get rid of the recipe. They're going to keep it in the back pocket, even if they choose to bring it out seasonally, like our lovely Joe Malone, who gives us ginger biscuit every fall. Thank you for that. And you have the option, and you will have the opportunity to buy anytime they choose to release it. So, Clean Reserve, Skin Intense, absolute love and comfort in the heat. So I hope that you've enjoyed these fragrances. I tried to choose some that I don't necessarily hear spoken about on YouTube all the time, or perhaps not even as frequently. You know, we watch a lot of the same content creators, and perhaps there are some that we don't. But again, I'm a consumer too. So I'm not only creating, I'm also listening. And I like to hear a variety. I like to see something that I wouldn't otherwise think about. Someone giving me another perspective on something I might have already dismissed previously, but then, let me give that a try. You know, again, based on priorities, you know, all that wonderful stuff. So how are you enjoying your Father's Day? What are you doing to celebrate? And remember, Father's Day, Mother's Day is every day. Enjoy it with your loved ones. I'm about to go out. I thought my family was going to be coming home later, but they've eased in the door. So we're about to ease on down the road. So I will talk to you all soon. Please like and subscribe. Continue the conversations here with me because this is just not the same without you. And I'm so grateful to have you here with me. Thanks again for stopping by, and I will see you in the next conversation. Take good care.